I want you to, when you receive you receive the products that I've made, I want you to feel special because you are. And that's what I want people to know, that when they buy from me, it's that message that I bring across. My name is Fentse Mokale. Ke tswa ko Phokeng, Rustenburg, which is where I am right now. I am a jewellery designer and a multidisciplinary creative. I am also an artist that makes wall art. The wall art is inspired by the jewellery that I create. One of my fondest childhood memories was that when I was in school, it's jewellery pieces using beads. So I used to make these pieces and then I would sell them to my teachers at school. They would buy them. I would also sell them around the community or in like craft shops in town. So that is actually where I started with this journey. How I discovered what I do. I've always been a creative ever since I was a child. But in terms of going to school and deciding what career I want to go into, I didn't consider the creatives as a means of how, like, as what I wanted to do. So I chose engineering. So I went to school for engineering and then I worked as a chemical engineer for almost 4 years before I decided, okay, that's not it. This is what I want to do instead. So one day in Nekile out of the country just as a trip, and then I went to Kenya. So honestly, these markets, go Nairobi. When I went there, I saw these women creating these beautiful pieces. I was so excited about them. I think that's what sparked the creativity back again. That's when I decided, oh wow, I really want to hone my creativity and do this again because I used to do it when I was a child. So when I came back to South Africa, I just started doing it as a hobby. But my friends wanted to buy the stuff that I was creating. And after some time, I decided, oh, okay, let me start a business and just do it as a means to make money. So how do I sustain myself in the business? My business has 4 parts. So it's the jewellery making, it's the art pieces. I also do design workshops as well as corporate gifting. So my main source of income is through the jewellery pieces that I create. That's the one. And then the other one is corporate gifting. So what I do is that I go out and look for clients who are going to buy these things that I create. And I think for people to trust you, you have to have a solid business, you know. And one of the things is that why register. So I think government also helps in terms of giving funding, and for you to get those kinds of funds, then you have to have your business registered. I think also it's very important as a designer to see yourself as a business, not just someone who makes things. So how I position myself is that whatever it is that I create, I look at how it can make me money. So it's not just me creating this, but it's also looking at the business aspect of it. How do I brand myself? I think branding is very important. It's not just the logo or it's not just the logo. So it's what message you give out. So what message I give out is that I've always wanted to be to use my art to make a mark in the world. So I use my pieces to tell stories. That's why it's called, I call it accessories that tell stories. So the stories that I tell are about how we as Africans choose to beautify ourselves as well as the spaces around us. So what makes my work different from everyone else who does the same thing is that it's made by me, and the fact that it's made by me is from my imagination. no one else can take that. They can't, even if you try to make something similar, the story behind it will not be the same. So what I do is that I tell positive stories about us as African people and how we choose to beautify ourselves and the spaces around us. So the art pieces are inspired by everyday people that I see, everyday circumstances that I observe around me. So there is no way that someone else would be able to take that and make it their own, because it really just comes from inside of me. Like, I look at how I want to tell positive stories about us. I believe in self-care, first of all. So I believe in self-care and self-expression. And every single time I tell my story, I want it to be known that whoever wears my jewelry must know that they deserve the goodness that is surrounding them. So that's why I always tell people that you deserve nice things. So when you wear my jewelry pieces, you also feel it. And it's not only the product itself, but it's also through what people feel when they buy from me. So the way I package, for example, I want you to, when you receive the products that I've made, I want you to feel special, because you are. And that's what I want people to know, that when they buy from me, it's that message that I bring across, that we are beautiful, that we deserve all these nice things. I think in terms of opportunities, you really always have to be creative in what you do. So the opportunity, Diatla, but they would have to find you ready. So you always have to create or do something. Don't just sit and say, oh, you're waiting for opportunities. It's not always easy. I don't think that the market is saturated as such. I just think that we have to find creative ways of showcasing our products out there. I think that one of the biggest opportunities that I've gotten was when I was in 2019. I went to a different continent to do my design workshops. So I was coaching a group of women on how to make the stuff that I make. So it's one of those opportunities that just came and it found me ready. That's why I'm always saying that no matter where you are in this journey, you always have to be creative in how you show yourself to the world. So that opportunity found me ready, and then I went there and I taught some women from previously disadvantaged areas. It was in Jordan. So I taught them some design workshops. I taught them how to make earrings, bags, and all of these crafts that they took the skills and started their own businesses with. So this is one of the things that's like, it's one of my proudest moments, and I'm happy about that. So it's like, just when the opportunity comes, it must find you ready.